somehow. So let me see. Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. This might work. This might work. I just went live on another channel. Not on another channel. On my same channel. On my cell phone. Then I'm about to break YouTube right now. HDD tier quality vibe for sure. Sweet Max header impression though. That's what I was going for right there. Glad everybody liked it. My dial up is not working right now. He's trying to sign language. Hey, sweet, are you there? All right, I'm trying to get the link for everyone else, but I think I'm about to break YouTube at this point. YouTube's probably like, dog, you got way too many live streams going on at one time. But I'm gonna start doing that. Just like have several live streams. All chats are visible. All right, sweet. My channel. Here we go. I'm gonna try to get y'all the link. I'm what's that one? I'm on Alta Vista. Alta Vista's not working for me right now. All right, here we go. One more game. That's the one. Get that link. Get that link for y'all right there. God dang. Let's see. Where's everything at? There we go. Clockwork Gorge, I think you're still the only one here right now. Oh, Marcus Z. There we go. Marcus Z's here. All right, cool, cool. Marcus Z coming through. Imagine the fun replay crew with this one. We're working. I think we're working. It's on my cell phone now, so hopefully it's working properly. I don't really know. Better, I think. Okay, all right. So y'all good. We're better now. Obi-Wan Chingonis is a good point. Replay crew will have lots of fun trying to figure out where this one went. Leaf side. My connection's unstable. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. God dang, it's still glitching. All right, hold up. Shut this off right here. There we go. All right, we upgraded from Net Zero to Prodigy. Oh man, I forgot all about Prodigy Internet, man. Jay Spick says this is so much better, even the angle. I always wondered if you had butters. You know, I try to clear out my nose before every live stream. Sometimes I don't get a chance to because I'm lazy. And so sometimes I rely on y'all to let me know whether or not I have boogers. Live from Sonny's past conference view. Oh, God. Smash Lab Creation just sent me a screenshot. Y'all saw this one right here, man. Okay, never mind. It's not as bad. But all right. Turn this headset off real quick. Hopefully the sounds all right for y'all. I gotta keep up with the chat here. Lucky Buster says maybe this is Adam's point of view. All right. All right, Nard said looks way better. I got a W finally. It feels like Instagram. Wait, y'all see things backwards? Am I showing backwards? I don't know if I can stay on the stream with the angle. My virgin eyes. Yeah, I know it's really weird for me. It's first for me. I've never done this before. I shouldn't look down. I shouldn't look that far down. Just look straight at y'all. I'm gonna use a bunch of perspective and stuff for this live stream. I'll be like, hey guys, did y'all get that Hot Toys Miles Morales? All 12 inches of Miles Morales hot toy. Actually, I was messing with this trying to do stuff with this wire. I didn't make it. Bendy Webs wire or Bendy Webs made the wire, but I never know what to do with the wire. Like most of the time, because my dad always made me roll up the extension cord. I just want to start like winding up an extension cord on his arm, and I'm like, that's not gonna make good for photos. Mrs. Jones says, everyone don't look him in the eyes. On TV, there's so many links to click for this live, but I've gone mobile for this one. Probably smart. I actually had to go mobile too. Man, I'm wondering if, yeah, I don't know what's tripping. It says I have perfect internet connection. Oh, it was trying to connect to another internet link. Okay, whatever. Jay Speak says this perspective, and then did y'all get all 12 inches of this mouse rise? Oh man. Girth cam in full effect. There we go. The angle's awkward. Yeah. I know, man. Like, well, because this phone's about to die, or else I would put it on a tripod. So it's on the charger right now. Make a spider noose. God dang. Only 30 minutes in, and we're in the after hours unhinged hour. Yeah, it got weird really fast. It's crazy because I can't even see myself because of the chat. So nobody talk to me right now. Now, oh, now that we've all discussed that the She-Hulk episode was the worst thing that could ever happen to us in our lives. HasLab. We'll talk about HasLab too. Lucky Bus is it's hilarious how many hoops Sonny jumps through just for no stream to work. Yeah, this has to be a short stream too, because I gotta go to work early in the morning. The next 4 to 5 weeks, I gotta be up by 4:30 in the morning. So unfortunately, we gotta cut the live stream short for a few weeks. But I'm gonna try to jump in midweek and do some live streams or do something. Uh, like an audition for a Trojan commercial. Jay Speak says, "You work? Oh, way to show off." Hey, you know what's messed up, man? Uh, during like doing stand up comedy and stuff, people used to always be like, "Oh, you got a job?" Like I do comedy full time. I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I can't live off of 2 drink tickets a night. Like that's not how I live life. And then when the pandemic happened, they were all like, "Oh man, I should have had a job." I'm like, "I told y'all fools, y'all ain't got no Netflix contract. Like y'all gotta have an actual job too." And they're like, "Well, you shouldn't be flaunting your money." I was like, "I'm not flaunting my money because I showed y'all that I went to Taco Bell today." Like, ah, dang, that's not. If that's flaunting money, y'all got issues. Miss Jones says this man has a job. Okay, Miss. I should have had me a hood job. Like, what are you? I'm a loan officer. I work at this place called the Money Box. Need some loans? We got you. Nars says, Mr. Jones going hard. We need a toy hunter roast battle to settle this. Ooh, that would be good. So you talked about not using condiments on anything last week. So with hot dogs, do you just raw dog it with wiener bun? Straight up raw dogging those hot dogs. What I'm saying is I don't need my wiener dressed up for it to be enjoyable in my mouth. And I don't understand people that do need anything extra on their wiener just for them to enjoy, have that oral pleasure. So yeah, straight up raw dog and hot dogs. Did we talk about that last week? I thought we had Joey on last week. Man, like it's crazy. Like I've been doing these streams and I totally forget what I talked about over the week. Except with Joey. Joe, I went and immediately told my wife, I was like, hey, when we go to the museums, I know exactly what's a real dinosaur fossil and what's fake. Okay, Mad Logic 44 says, okay, hot dog topic. Sweet. Calls them glizzies. I've never heard glizzy ever. I don't know if I live in the wrong kind of hood or what. I've never heard the word glizzy. Because then some people say that they call Glocks glizzies. I'm like, I've never heard that either. Although, I'm not a Glock dude, so maybe that's why I don't know it. But yeah, I don't know where the word glizzy came from. Uh, Glizzy sounds like glitter or Glizzy McGuire. Is it Glizzy McGuire, aka Ms. Marvel? Mr. Jones says hot dogging it. Oh, hot dogging it. I keep disassociating all these different plot points. Oh, it's okay. It goes everywhere. I disassociate them as well. Nard says I'm the Glizzy Goblin. God dang. Mr. Jones said I just learned that word Glizzy a few weeks ago. I learned it about 2 years ago, I think. It didn't make sense then. Still don't make sense now. Up until last month, hadn't heard it. Now it's everywhere. Glizzy's just everywhere. Well, I think because was it Drake? I think Drake said it or something. I don't like Drake, but you know he said it apparently, and I was like, it totally sounds like a Drake word. And they're like, no, 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 he got it from somebody. He got the Glizzy from someone else. New hip hop artist Glizzy Smalls. I'm gonna make a I'm gonna make a hot dog stand called Glizzy McGuire, and I'm gonna sell all hot dogs to everyone. People will come and be like, "Hey, is this officially licensed by what's her face?" I'm like, "Sure is." Mark Z says, "I don't like Drake." Also references Drake like he's a reputable source. I don't, man. I don't know. I can't. I think if Drake came out just rapping, and was like, "I'm not a gangster. I'm just rapping. I like rap." I've been okay with it. But if he kept trying to act gangster, and I'm like, "This is not working for me." Jens says, "Hi, Sonny and everyone. What's going on, Jens?" Nard says, "I bet Drake knows a thing or two about glizzies." I'm pretty sure he does. Like he was the one uh, that when I first heard the word glizzy, I was like, "What?" And then they were like, "Oh yeah, Drake said it." I'm like, "Okay." Drake says a lot of things. I don't know Canadian. I don't know what he's saying. They're like, "No, it's not Canadian. It's urban slang." I didn't even know that they called the ghettos urban. I had no idea that's what that was until someone called me that. They're like, "Oh, you're really urban." I'm like, "I don't know what that means." They're like, "Well, like you're from like the inner city." And I was like, "Inner city? What?" They're like, "You're from East Austin. That's a ghetto neighborhood." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." They're like, "Yeah, it's inner city urban." I'm like, "Okay." Never heard of that. Like, didn't know what that was. We never said glizzy in the urban inner cities. Lucky Butter says glizzy does seem like an odd word. Sounds like the modern day clap you get that. Low. You can get clap on your glizzy. That's the thing. Chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water. Oh, what is that from? I know that's from something. Dang it. Now I'm just like barely understanding what that means though. Instreamtion, a stream within a stream. That's basically what I was doing. I don't even know if the other stream's still going. I should probably like shut down my computer so I know for sure it's not on. Mark C says Glizzy always reminded me about blizzards or Slurpee cups, which might be worse. Can I get a Slurpee with my Glizzy? That doesn't sound right at all. Madlodge44 says it's a corporate way of saying ghetto. See, that's what I thought. I was like, you can say that. Like, I know where I'm from. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm well aware. Like, if I called the police, they'd be like, we'll show up 4 to 6 hours from now. I'm like, all right, this dude's probably gonna be dead. I'm like, happens. Madlodge44 says urban demographic. That's what it is. Mr. Jones says, yeah, urban is like a derogatory term for ethnic. Oh, from what the wife told me some months back. Limp biscuit, that's what it is. I don't know, those were terms for something else till I was like 27. Drip is another word to me and how it's used. Another odd word to me and how it's used in a sentence, says Lucky Butter. Drip it's been around for a while, drip, uh, which is crazy because for like, I want to say drip used to also be like an STD. Like, oh, I got the drip. Like, what? On your glizzy? You got the drip in your glizzy? Like, yeah, I got the drip in my glizzy. I like how those two terms can just like come together. Slime, Marcus G says, is one that I wasn't familiar with until recently. Wait, what is slime? I don't even know what that one is. Country Wayne has a character that's a rapper named Drip. Well, like what was it? Bun B had that song "Draped Up and Dripped Out." So like, I thought that's where the term started gaining mainstream, but I was completely wrong. That's what happens when you live in Texas and you hear Texas rappers and you're like, he totally invented that. I have no idea if he invented it. Well, it was what is Lil Kiki's the one that said it. Draped up and dripped out. How come draped wasn't the word? I'm gonna start telling people that. Man, I came through draping. They're gonna be like, I think he's mispronouncing that word. I heard slime means like your family or close ones. I've never heard of that one. Heard of snail trail. I haven't heard of slime. Like a brother says, the first thing that comes to mind when I hear someone use the word drip are my drippy pipes. Texas rappers, they something else. Texas rappers are, man. Mm. Mr. Jones, I don't know if it goes on in Houston like that, but here in Austin, dude, there's quite a few people I've heard that try to bring their own slang terminology into the mainstream through songs, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't think that was gonna pass. Like, I would say the names, but if I ever go back into photography, I still want them to pay me for photos. So I'm not gonna say the exact term, their exact names or terminology that they're using. Just that I think it's very odd. Like that's if I guess celebrities do it all the time. Like I one time I asked one of my rapper friends, Mr. Jones says, but full disclosure, I don't listen to a lot of Houston Southern hip hop. What? Nah, no. I know we've talked about that before. Lucky Butter says, I'm intrigued by what words are used in these raps. See, I can't, like I said, it could affect my revenue stream should I decide to go back into photography one day. And so I don't want to just come out and say it. They'd be like, man, you found out you talked about me on on your live stream. Like, yeah, but you gotta admit, what you said was dumb. But I don't know. It's like if you have a big enough influence, yeah, go ahead. You throw a word out there, might mean something. But if you don't have that big influence, you can't really do that. And some of them fools are trying to do that, which is really odd to me. Mr. Jones says, the songs I know, I only know from being dragged around nightclubs by my cousin and his crew and always hearing the songs. Lucky Buster says, they're so drippy you can't even mention them. Yeah, man. All right, so I can give a good example. There was a term that people used here back in the day. I don't know if they used it everywhere. Marcus, yes, I can't believe we have point of view, Sonny. It's called art, Sonny. Accept it. I can't accept it all the way. Art is subjective. I don't gotta accept it. But the term boppas, Boppas, it was a word used a little bit here in Texas, unless you were Paul Wall, and then you slid it into every song you ever rapped. And I was actually talking to my wife about it the other day because we listened to old Paul Wall Millionaire, and Paul Wall said boppas, and I told my wife, I go, this fool's the only person that ever said the word boppas in raps, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I don't think anybody else did that, but he did, of course. So it's almost like he was trying to force that word into the public and be like, hey, start using this. And it didn't work because nobody used it. The only time people used it was when they were rapping Paul Wall lyrics, which was crazy because I used to look like Paul Wall, people say, and I should have been saying the word. I should have been like, oh, look at all these boppers over here. And they'd be like, oh, this is totally Paul Wall. They'd be like, yeah. Like, what's he doing working at the mall? I don't know. Maybe it's part-time job. Maybe he's studying for a part. Maybe he's studying for a song. Like I wish there were method rappers, like there are method actors. Like method actors are like, oh, I gotta go play uh, a sanitation employee. Let me go skip the hiring process because I'm famous and go get a sanitation employee's job. Do the work for a little bit. By the time I'm ready for this movie role, I'll be submersed in the feel of a sanitation employee. I wish rappers did that. Like, what do I call it? Method rapping. Well, actually, some of them do. Who's that fool that Young Thug? He killed somebody. I guess some of them are method rappers. But like, if you say something outlandish, I'm hoping like, what did Paul Wall say? Oh, Paul Wall said in one of his lyrics, God, what is this, what is the word? What is the term? He said, what did he say? I'm not something about Jurassic Park, but my rims sure look Jurassic when I park. He should have went and shadowed Joey as a paleontologist, just so he could get that line out properly. I don't know if Joey's still here, but Joey, if Paul Wall ever calls you up, please take him under your wing for his Jurassic when I my rims sure look Jurassic when I park line. Miss Jones says saw wall, Sonny one, Sonny one sounds like when a girl would flirt with me. Like it's not. I don't know. That's stupid. Like doing baby talk to a grown person is dumb to me. Unless it was Madison from She-Hulk, she pulled it off with what Wongers, the Wongers that worked out. Like what it says, geez, what a line or bar. I don't know rap terms very well. It was when it's a bar. No, I guess it would be a bar technically. Yeah, I guess you could call it a bar. Yeah, it was. Paul Wall had some questionable things, man. I should just do a breakdown of Paul Wall rhymes. Matt Logic 44 says this is a Sunny one angle. Bars like old lady I sent you earlier. Oh, I haven't checked it out, man. I gotta check it out. My phone was dying, so I just plugged it in right now, but I gotta check those out. Mark C says I remember Alton Brown critiquing food references in hip hop for Hot Ones, and he ripped into Rick Ross's verse. We should do that with Paul Wall. We should just do a study course on Paul Wall. What is the other line that I never understood from him was he said he was talking about the diamonds in his teeth, and he said it's like I got a disco ball in my mouth. Very odd choice of words for a rapper trying to show off some sort of macho to say you have balls in your mouth. Always found that kind of weird. It's like, okay, cool if you do, but you can't like immediately talk. Well, I guess he's talking about boppers too, so it works out. Yeah. Lucky Butter says the one phrase I've never understood was I believe it came from Lil Wayne when he said, "Oh yeah, yeah, what's a goon to a goblin?" I've asked so many people what that means. No one had an answer. Miss Jones says knowledge study Bubba Sparks. Paul Wall got a ball in his mouth. What a freak! Yeah, it's a really weird line. Lil Wayne, goblin. He does say, "What's a goon to a goblin?" Try to do my best Lil Wayne impression right there. I like Lil Wayne. A lot of people when he first came out, they're like, "Oh, he's a little boy." I'm like, I'm a little boy too. Like he was like my version of Lil Bow Wow back in the day. Except he probably killed people and stuff. I should have wrote a message here so I could read a message every time. I take a drink of Pepsi. Be like, buy more Pepsi. Yeah, because he says, "What's a goon to a goblin?" Off of was it a Millie? I think it's on that a Millie song. Honestly, have you heard the game dissing Eminem a few weeks back? Oh, that was the game dissing Eminem was just trying to get back in the limelight. It wasn't even a real diss. It was kind of like, "Hey man, I really love you. I can't wait to be friends again." Cuz the game has a song called 300 Bars and Running where he dissed 50 Cent. That was a better diss than that Eminem track that he did. Nard, what? Like a cello. Hold on, Lil Yachty rap. You don't blow a cello. I don't understand. That's a weird one. Miss Jones, Lil Wayne endorsed Trump. He did endorse Trump because Trump at the time was, from what I read, I don't know. I don't really follow politics too much because I don't care. Um, Everybody's like, you should care. I was like, no. When you grow up in a poor neighborhood, no one cares about you. So I don't really care about politics, but I heard that it was because there was tax breaks that they were trying to give for rich people, and Lil Wayne would have benefited from them. So he was like, "Yeah, give me that red hat, dude." Or maybe it was just that red hat, and Lil Wayne was like, "Gang, gang." Donald Trump was like, "Yeah, go for it. There, wear that hat." Lucky Brother says, "I got 10 bathrooms." That sounds like a Mariah Carey bar right there about the 10 bathrooms. Mark C said, "I thought it was Tyler the Creator or Game and Lil Wayne." Uh, Tyler the Creator or Game and Lil Wayne. I don't think I've ever heard Tyler the Creator. Lil Flips, I'll treat you like milk. I'll do nothing but spoil you. Sunshine, never got that bar. Yeah, because that means you left her out. Like, or that means he's gonna wait till she gets chunky. Maybe he likes fat women. The times that I've met Lil Flip, I don't think he had a woman with him at all. So maybe he just wants her chunky. I would understand that makes that bar more understandable. If he's, I'll, yeah, Lil Flip also had some questionable lyrics back in the day as well. I used to like Lil Flip. Like Buster's Lil Wayne 2 from the same song as Goon to a Goblin. Such an interesting choice of words in that song. Oh, okay. Mariah Carey, One Sweet Poop. I like that Mariah Carey's bowel movements has just become like a staple of the live streams. No, but what's the other one Lil Flip says? Lil Flip used to be dope when he dropped the Leprechaun. I really liked that. I thought what was the other one? Now you gotta feel me. That's where Sunshine's from. God, what was his other album called? The one with it's that song Chameleonaire turn it up. That was on Chameleonaire's album. Not this is the way we ball. Whatever album that was on, I thought that was a good album too. Underground Legend. Thank you, Jay Easy. Underground Legend. There we go. Mark C says, "I wish her bowel movements weren't a staple in this live stream lore. It's gotta be. It's gotta be there." Nard says, "Look up Wendy Williams farting after the stream. You'll kick of that." You know what? I did see that. I saw someone posted it on Facebook, but I forgot where I was at. But I was like, I probably shouldn't have the sound on, so I didn't have the sound. But I'm gonna have to go back and check that. Thank you, Nard, for reminding me that I need to check out Wendy Williams farting, because that's what this live stream is all about. About move. It's funny because like I took improv classes, man. Like back when I was gonna become a star after we filmed Idiocracy, Mike Judge was all like, "Yeah, go do entertainment stuff some more often and become a big star." And I was like, "You got it, Mike Judge. I'm gonna go be a big star." So I took improv classes. First thing they said, they were like, during improv on stage, if you're ever performing, you should never mention bodily functions, bodily fluids. I was like, oh, okay. So I can't be like, oh man, my fart turned to diarrhea. She'd be like, please don't ever say that in my presence. And now that's what we talk about on the live stream. Narcissus, glad to add to the bowel lore. Yes. Wendy Williams, Mariah Carey, possibly Kim Kardashian. I heard Kim Kardashian does the same as Mariah Carey. Mr. Jones says Mattel needs to make a Barbie Mariah Carey treehouse. Where every room is a bathroom. And it comes with two security guards. Make sure you don't go in there and smell it. Mark C says, welcome to the Girth Gang. What? Where we talk about analogies for weens and celebrity bowel movements while dissecting rap lyrics. And maybe action figures, but that's not promised. Dude, there was that one live stream that I was just like, here's an action figure. All right, let's go back to talking about what we were talking about. I think we are talking about murders at Church's Chicken that time. Mark, Mark Z says, my fart turned into diarrhea is a fear-inducing statement. I felt said fear. Hey, you know what though? Um, I said that, right? And then someone was like, "You mean sharding?" And I was like, "What? What's sharding?" That was the first time I learned what sharding was. And now we have Shardimus Prime, which is kind of funny because I'm like, does everybody know what the shark part of Shardimus Prime is? I just hope that there's somewhere some parent who's all like, "Oh, look, it's that Shardimus Prime guy." You like, "Hey, here you go, Timmy," and like they're just clueless to the sharks. Shout out to Shardimus Prime. Nard says Girth Gang merch. I had Girth Gang merch somewhere on the internet, and then that website that I had it posted on, like, deleted my profile. So I got to go back and put it back up there. Mark C says, "Oh man, I missed the food." Oh yeah, yeah, we used to talk about food all the time. Food and murder, that goes together. So well. Nard says, you guys ever heard of swamp ass? I have. And I actually heard that from some of my black friends. That was the first time I heard it, and then all of my black friends knew it, and I was like, "Dang, is that a y'all didn't share that with the Mexicans like sooner? Like y'all held out on that one on us." But yeah, that's like when you're sweaty, when your booty crack sweaty, booty booty crack sweat. Miss Jones says, "I want to get some Jack, but the kids wouldn't go to sleep." Like Jack Daniels or Jack in the Box, or Jack in the Box with Jack Daniels. I was gonna take sip on something alcoholic this today, but I was like, I get up early, can't really do that. Tomorrow we're rebooting our entire um, software that we use at work, so it's gonna be really interesting, and I'll probably be drinking later in that night. Mark Z says your joy from learning what a shard is too wholesome. Simple but wholesome. Dude, I was like, whoa, explain more to me about this, please. And the guy was like, yeah, no problem, man. I was like, awesome. Smoke Joe P85, what's going on, man? Sup, Sonny and the Fish Stick Taco Crew. There we go. Mr. Jones is the chairman of the Fish Stick Taco Crew. Mr. Jones says, the shark? Mark T says, we don't like Timmy here. Up in here is beef. Beef all day. Oh, Savage Saint. Okay, you gotta feel it. Feel it. Yeah, I definitely know there's lots of little kids with that going on. Like, I remember back in the day, I would sag my pants, being hardcore gangster and all. And my dad would always make fun of me. He'd be like, "Oh, your pants are sagging. You look like a baby with a turd hanging in their diaper." And I'd turn around and be like, "It's because I pooped my pants, Dad." And I'd be like 14 years old. And his friends would just kind of be like, and he'd look like a jerk because he called me out on it, even though it didn't really happen. But I let them pretend like I really did. So I was like, "Who got the last laugh on that one, Dad?" And then he was like, "I'm taking away your allowance." I was like, "We don't get allowance. We're poor. Stop saying that." That did kind of suck. Like for my parents, like if I ever grounded me, they couldn't take away my allowance because I didn't get allowance. They had to like be creative. They were like, "We're gonna give you half a pack of noodles." Dang it. There goes my survival right there, Mom. Like, did y'all get allowance growing up? I didn't get allowance. I take it back. I got allowance, I think, 8 times. I think it was maybe 8 times that I got allowance, and I didn't even do allowance right. Like, we went to Kmart, and I was like, oh, I want to buy this. And my dad was like, you don't have enough of that. You got to save up your allowance. And I was like, what if they don't have it when I have enough money? Then I'm going to be highly upset. So my dad was like, all right, I'm going to buy it for you. Now you're in the hole to me for this amount of money. I was like, let's do it. And my kids try to do that now, but I'm too smart for that. So I'm like, nah, because what if I take away your allowance because you're acting a fool? I don't get paid. Get out your mind, man. I'm not going to do that for you. I can't front you the money. I don't be trusting Mexicans like that. That's what I tell my kids. I call my little one a Mexican at his school. There's a bunch of like Caucasian people and Indian people. Uh, and there's some Mexicans and blacks too. But the neighborhood we were living in, it's all bougie, right? So that's what we got. And they always look at me like, of course, I don't really look that dark, so they think it's really racist. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm racist to my kid. That's what I do. But he listens though. That's a good thing about it though. I just hope that one day I'll be like, hey, Mexican, and like another Mexican kid's gonna be like, what? And I'm like, oh dang it, I guess I got 2 kids now, 3 kids. I got an extra kid now. Oh, HasLab. HasLab. Let's talk about HasLab. So Hasbro has the HasLab, the Robbie Reyes, and the Hell Charger, which is not really a charger. First of all, who all's backing? Show of hands. And by show of hands, I mean you can just be like, I am. The HasLab. I was gonna try to do that whole thing where I'm like, oh yeah, I already got it early. I was gonna put this head on this uh, S&M body right here, but it don't fit. So I didn't get to do it. But Robbie Reyes, HasLab, Hell Charger. It looks dope. Let's see, man. All my chats got stuck. There we go. Mark C says I was looking up a fried chicken place that I used to go to. I want to go. You need to experience in Florida once before you die. Smash Labs, what's going on? Yeah, we're back, man. We're back in tall video frame. Sonny and massive self sabotage at the age of 14. Never been to Florida, never left Texas, but I hear stories and his skits are funny. Wait, what? Florida? What did I miss? Jacket and box on a drink. All right, let's see. The only allowance I had was that I was kept alive, so that was fun. Hey, there you go. Smash Labs got an allowance for 2 weeks. It's acquiring high school, thinking I'd get the ladies, got 0 ladies. Yeah, it's got to be rough. Mad Lodge 44 says Florida okay, the news makes it a lot worse than it really is. It's bad to some degree, but the heat's the real issue down here. Wow, the heat's the issue over here too, man. Mr. Jones got $5 every 2 weeks until they turned 12. They got bumped up to 10, and at 16 it was 20. Dang, y'all got inflation? I didn't even get allowance. So you got the big gold cup. Back to the Glizzy. Call back to the Glizzy. Hey, this one came from the stadium. I gotta represent for NRG Stadium right there. Mark C says I didn't back it, but it's cool. But I want to save my money for stuff I really want. Mr. Jones says I don't know about this HasLab. On one hand, I want it because Robbie Mephisto. I don't know why I went Spanish with that. On the other, I don't like the only way to get him is this way. Scarlet Kid One, what's going on, man? Says looks good, but a hard pass for me. Like Butter says, Mr. Jones, Texas is hot for sure. It's got the dry heat versus wet heat. Oh man, wet heat does not sound. That don't sound right. Just blast the hot water in your shower, and you'll get a small taste of it. Yeah, Lucky Butter. Houston is humid. Corpus is horrible. Smash Lab said, "Did you like my picture?" Yeah, man. I thought for real. It was like, God dang. Oh, I was like, okay, I got you. Lucky Butter says, Mr. Jones, there are many times in summer the roads turn into a steam pit when it rains due to the heat. We got those too. It's not. Yeah, it's not fun. Lucky Butter says the HasLab looks cool, but I'd rather buy an Xbox Series X. I'm just waiting to find one. Like, okay, but my main thing is all the people talking about all these alternatives to getting the HasLab. They're like, oh, well, you could buy a remote control car and you can drive it, blah 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 blah, saying all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, but if you had a remote control car, you know that it doesn't have as many options as a car with doors that open and all kinds of stuff like that. Cool, you could drive the remote control car. What if you want the remote control car? What's the purpose of having it at that point? Someone compared that Batmobile remote control car. They're like, look, it got smoke and blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool, but you can only put that in pictures with Batman. So it's like I don't understand the hell charger you could put in a picture with anyone in front of it. So it's like Smash Lab says if you're Mexican and enter your Hispanic Heritage promo code this month, you get Robbie Reyes HasLab for free. Might have to try that out. But no, like it was. I don't know. It's weird because then people are like, "Oh, you got this $30 Bratz car, and it's just as good," and you're like, "Not really. It's a convertible. It's like a. I mean, it looks less like a real car than the HasLab does, and it's also convertible top. What if you want a convertible top? What if you want that muscle car? That's not a muscle car. Like the Bratz car ain't a muscle car. And then they're like, oh, it's because all the Hasbro shields and blah blah all this stuff. I have yet to see any influencer be like, hey, go buy it. Go buy that right now. Some of them have been like, I like it. I might get it. I might back it. But there's more negativity towards it than positivity towards it. And so I think I might have to go against the people, the uninfluencers. I'm gonna start calling them uninfluencers. Hey, I'm gonna make a rap song called uninfluencers, and then everybody's gonna start using the word uninfluencers in their everyday normal language, just like glizzy and boppas. Glizzy boppas. Oh, Smash Last Creations has some inside information. Says that Tier 3 is Dominic Toretto. Mr. Jones says, but yeah, I do want it, but also want a PS5, and a PS5 will do a lot more for me than a toy car. Will it? No, I'm just kidding. Marcus he says, turned out a little bit, but what would make the HasLab? Oh, tuned out a little bit, but what will make the HasLab worth 350? And I'll say it like everybody else. All the tier unlocks would get it closer to being worth that price. This is a steep price, but yeah, it would be closer to getting it up to that price. Nard says, do you watch UFC at all? Actually, I don't. I used to watch boxing all the time, and then YouTubers started boxing, and I was like, oh, it's ended the sport for me. Actually, no, I stopped. I didn't, for those a few years while I didn't have cable, and I was like, just totally missed out on it. Savage Thing says, Dan, you said the rest of the tiers are figures, not in yet, but got his eyes out. Price point doesn't cut it. Price point is steep, yeah. Lucky Butter says the Fortnite vehicles work for even though the scale is off. Well, Fortnite released that boat for the 6-inch figures. I don't know how well that looks. I haven't seen that one in person, but I mean, Fortnite vehicles look pretty good. Like I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty decent. I got my kid one. It's a remote control, but it's for the 1/18 scale Fortnite figures. It's a semi truck. Now the only thing is when he's like he plays with it, and he's like, Dad, I'm like, what? And he goes, I need you to put the door back on. I'm like, ah. Every time he opens the door, it comes off. So not really built sturdy. It looks nice though. Matlogic 44 says it looks good, but the value isn't there for me. It feels overpriced for what it is. I'm hoping that tier 4 is $50 coupon. They're like, oh, if we get 18,000 backers, we're gonna give you a $50 coupon for the HasLab. Then people be like, dang, okay, that makes it worth it. Like your brother says, Mr. Jones exactly a game way more versus needing a nightlight as a car. What? I definitely need a car nightlight. Marksy is still disassociated from the wiener talk. The details with the car look pretty good. I'll give them that. They do. The only thing I didn't like about it was when they flipped it on the bottom. They were like, "Oh, let's take a look at the bottom, the detail." It looked like a Hot Wheels car. Like the Hot Wheels cars, it's just barely kind of molded plastic to make it kind of look like it has a muffler, or like tell like the pipes and stuff like that. So they could have not flipped it over, and I'd have been okay with that. I thought they were gonna flip it over and show us something really amazing. And be like, look at that, it's a unibody. You got the differential coming through. You got the camshaft, whatever. Like you got not camshaft, but you got like everything. You can see the transmission. You couldn't, and I was like, it just looks like the bottom of a Hot Wheels car. So to me, that wasn't a draw. I don't think they should have pointed that out. That's like if when I first met my wife, I was like, "Hey, check me out. I'm drop dead gorgeous. I also do stand up comedy. I'm hilarious. Here's my bank account." Like, what? That's not impressive. So it was kind of weird that they put that in there. Lucky Butter says the Buzz Lightyear space truck works great for 6-inch figures. Is that one I saw? No, I haven't seen that one. I saw someone else post about it, but I haven't seen it yet, and I haven't seen it with any 6-inch figures in it either. But it's made for the 5-inch figures, I think, right? Lucky Butter says a $50 coupon toward your next Hasbro purchase. If they said tier 4 was Hasbro Premium, hey, there you go, $50, free shipping. Oh, there, Mr. Jones says it right there. Tier 4 is a year membership to Pulse Premium. Mark C says Hasbro knows what they're doing. They know there's not a lot of 112 scale cars, and they're taking advantage of that. Still expensive though, regardless of what already comes with it. I do like the fact that it can. You have so many different options for what it looks like. It's like you put the fire on the wheels. You can put the fire coming out the engine, blown engine in it. You can make it look like it's on fire or whatever, and then you can also make it look like a regular car. I like it's funny. They're like, oh, you can make it look street legal. I'm like, it's that still looks like it's not street legal to me. But you saw, I don't know if y'all saw, I don't know if y'all pay attention, but I know a lot of y'all know about 112 Garage, and the people that designed his muscle car are gonna come out with their muscle car, but they're gonna charge like $180. And they're like, look, this is only $180 compared to the HasLab that's 350. And I'm like, cool, except you're not including all these exclusive figures with it. So, I mean, I hope that they have success in theirs, but 170, 180, 170, $180 for just the car, trying to say that that's better than the HasLab. Like the HasLab comes with so much more to justify the price difference between that 170, $180 car. So it was kind of, I get it. What they're trying to do is trying to bring 112 scale vehicles out to people, but you can't say because of the price difference you're better because the HasLab's going to come with so much more. It's kind of like, I don't know. I wish them luck, but I don't know that they're going to get what they're looking for. Mr. Jones says, while I'm slowly getting out of Legends, I wish we had a regular release of Robbie, Mephisto, and Blackheart, not held behind a HasLab. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. What I'll do is I'll buy 5 of them, and then I'll sell all those figures for $100 a piece. Scarlet Kid one says I can't justify the cost when a bike with the figure from the Hasbro's GI Joe line is $40. Yeah, well I guess Robbie Reyes is kind of plain. I mean he's not plain, but because that, well no I'll take it back because Baroness was really nice for her $40 set. But who's that one guy that looks like Jake Gyllenhaal when you take off his helmet? He was really plain looking. Lucky Butter says the Buzz Lightyear space truck is also $20, so a good price to give it a try. That's not bad, yeah. Smash Lab Creations, yeah. WWE has a new tow truck for like or something for like $60. Yeah, because they also had that was it the Slambulance, and I've seen people customize that. It looks pretty dope. Mark C says I want more muscle cars in 112 scale. This could have been perfect if I wasn't tight on monies. Yeah, like because I got a '72 Skylark in my driveway. Does not look very nice, but love that car. I don't drive it right now because I got a blown freeze plug. But yeah, the muscle cars when 112 scale was talking about his, I was like, man, that's dope. I'm gonna see what I can do. And he was like, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna send you two. I'm gonna send you a blue one and a black one. I was like, yes. And then I found out he just took people's money. No. Smash Labs Creation says you can always make your money back with the HasLab, maybe double it. Yeah, because I know that's what a lot of people do. They buy multiples and then they sell one. Like this set in particular, you could probably break it up and double up your money that way too. I mean, I'm not saying that. Like, yeah, so I'm from an urban area. I don't know if I told y'all that. Lucky Butter says, "What's the cheapest HasLab that Marvel's done? The Sentinel at what price again? Sentinel was 325, I believe. Was it 325? I think it was 325. Highly doubt the 112 garage will have LEDs. Yeah, no. Well, it's now by Frog Media or something. Frog something. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's gonna have LEDs. It's not gonna have the figures with it. It's not gonna have all the accessories with it. So it's like I said, they're trying to compare their thing at a lower price point, but with a lot less accessories coming with it. So I mean, yeah, I don't get their whole justification on, hey, we're cheaper. Yeah, you're cheaper because you don't have as many things with it. Also, how much profit are you making off of that? Because I know everybody says, oh, Hasbro's money hungry corporation. That's what a company is. You do that, you sell people a product to turn a profit and make money off of something. I'm not sure, like, because if that wasn't the case, prostitution will be free. Girls would be like, hey, you want this? And be like, how much? Free. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll take some of that. But they don't. They're like, hey, you want some of this? Like, yeah, how much is it? Like $14. Like, whoa, I don't trust that price. That's weird thing, right? Because you're like, HasLab, you want that much money? Whoa, calm down. But if it was a prostitute and she was like $14, you'd be like, whoa, no, I need someone who's gonna charge me more. I want quality product. If I'm gonna spend $80, I want $80 product worth, not $14 worth. Where were we at? HasLab. That's right, HasLab. Got distracted. Got distracted. All right. Mr. Jones says it's at 3,800 backers. Sentinel after shipping and tax was 378. I don't think mine crossed 350. So same price as this new one for before tax. I think the his tank gas $300. Was I thought the Sentinel was 325. Why am I thinking 325? Let's see. HasbroPost.com. Was the Hero Quest game cheaper than the other HasLabs? That's the only one I could think of that could be cheaper. I think the Cookie Monster was cheaper, wasn't it? My best friend backed the Hero Quest one, and yeah, I think it was way cheaper. I don't Hero Quest. I don't even know what that one was. HasLab. Let's see. The hiss looked cool, but yeah, I didn't do the hiss. I wanted to, but I was like, oh, couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I don't know what the I don't the hiss thing is kind of like with that's like the same argument for that Batman thing. It's like the his tank is for GI Joes. That's all that it can be used for. As far as like a muscle car, it can be used for anything. It could be used for GI Joes. It could be used for Ninja Turtles. It could be used for Star Wars. It could be used for Mezco. It could be used for Dragon Ball Z. It could be used for the starting lineup when they start dropping all those sports stars. Mark C says, "Nah, Cookie Monster was never funded." I know, but I think the price was cheaper. That's what I was talking about. I think the price was cheaper. The Rancor. Let's see. This guy. Okay, Sentinel was 349. I don't know why I thought it was 325. So I guess I did pay that 378 or whatever that you said. Ended with 21,000 backers. Yeah, and Galactus ended with more, right? If I'm not mistaken. Mark C said, "I haven't backed the HasLab yet. Been waiting. I guess I waited a little too long." Go ahead and back the Engine of Vengeance. I'm gonna start calling my car that. Engine of Vengeance. Did they copyright it? I'm gonna go copyright it. I'm gonna go copyright it like Titania did to the She-Hulk. Spoiler alert. My bad. Stupid episode. Smash Labs creations could be used for Dominic Toretto. I have my Dominic Toretto figure somewhere. Well, he's not Domino Toretto, Dominic Toretto, but it's a Vin Diesel head. Mr. Jones says, if it's one thing I don't forget, it's how much money leaves my account for something. Transformer Star Saber was 150. Also, what was the Sky Striker? That one was, I think, was that 300? 229. The G.I. Joe Sky Striker was 229. Had 16,000 backers. But that's 1/18th scale. Like, okay. Mad Logic says, my bad was Cookie was $300. Okay, God, $500? No, $500 was that lightsaber that nobody wanted. Uh, Unless like the people from Star Wars Black Series are here for some reason, then oh man, I can't believe nobody wanted that. Yeah, no, nobody, nobody wanted that one. Dang, that one was sad, man. It was like the target was 5,000, and they couldn't even fulfill 5,000 on it. Then the Rancor, yeah, 350 for the Rancor. I wonder if they fired those people. Lucky Butter says the HasLabs are just not for me. Both the Sentinel Galactus are too big, mainly to use them for photography. I already have trouble posing 6-inch figures. They are difficult. That it's a difficult thing right there. Mark C says, speaking of She-Hulk, I saw some in-hand pics of the figure and she got a big old forehead. Jerry posted some. I know y'all know him. Jerry with the 3 in his name. He posted pictures of it. I thought it looked okay. I don't think it looked as bad as what I initially thought. Smash Lab Creation says, where do you live again, Sonny? Austin, Texas is where I reside. People are like, why do you say that? Google me, it's everywhere. Nah, yeah, I live in Austin, Texas. Born and raised. East Austin. Mark Z says, I pre-ordered some figures today from a site I'm not familiar with. Estoy anxious. What site was it? Someone was asking about a site on Facebook, and I wasn't familiar with it. But people said that they were. Or people said they were good, they were legit. Mr. Jones says, Sonny lives in Texas, the best state. It's not the best, really. Trust me. Too. Thought it was Texas, but wasn't sure. Thanks. No tax. Um, With the Sentinel, we did have tax. Texas has weird tax laws, and so we get taxed for a lot of stuff. Mr. Jones says, I'm still mad I couldn't secure funds in time for Galactus. I'll still use my Toy Biz bath, I guess. Next time I go to H Town, Mr. Jones, I will take Galactus with me, strap him to my chest, little baby carrier. We can go have fun adventures. I did get Galactus. Uh, so I bought Tesla stock, and every time HasLab comes around, Tesla stock does good, and I just sell Tesla stock and then buy it again when it gets low, and it works for me. Mark Z says the pics were from Canada, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Hobby Genki. Hobby Genki, if that's how you pronounce it. I got a pre-order with them for the Mafex Spider-Man, and they keep telling me that I have it open. I'm like, well, y'all need to fulfill it, or it's gonna stay open. Like, but it says, Mark, yeah, I'm the same way with ordering on random sites. I hardly ever order from those sites. No, but Hobby Genki, I heard, is actually pretty good though. See, I always worry about doing something wrong when ordering. Yeah, that's what I'm always afraid of too. I'm always actually afraid of ordering from a foreign site and doing something wrong, and then it goes, who knows where. Loki says, anyone want a morgue? I want a Mephisto. Yeah, that morgue figure looks pretty dope though. Man, he's probably gonna sell for a lot on eBay and Mercari. Not like $4,000, but like I would say he's probably gonna fetch about 80 to 90 bucks if you get your Galactus first. Like that's the reason why you never saw a Sentinel review because I got it so like last compared to everyone else. So if I get Galactus quick, then I'll do a video, a review video of it. But if I get it like as late as I got the Sentinel, probably won't do it. Lucky Butter says Hobby Yankee is a good site. Lucky Butter, it's truly a learning process for me. I also don't want to keep making accounts for new sites. But God, man, I don't know how many accounts I have. I don't even know the passwords to these things. 82 Heart to Tofalion? Tofalion? I'm not sure how to say that, my bad. This will be my first HasLab project I won't be backing. The price is just straight up robbery. Even if they give up Mephisto and five other figures, it's just not worth the 350 price tag. So if technically they do get to six figures total, which because I don't think they said how many tiers there would be. I also hope the tiers aren't some outrageous tiers to try to reach. Like, what was it? The Galactus Doctor Doomhead? That last tier was pretty far out there. But if it is six figures, figure at $25 a piece, that brings the car and all the accessories to 200 bucks, which puts it right at the range of all these other cars that people are talking about comparing it to. So I don't know. It kind of makes more sense that way. I guess it softens the blow. Let's put it that way. Softens the blow. Loki, what's going on, man? This is what up, Sonny and Girth Gang represent. Lucky Butter says Mark C can be for sure. BBTS is just smooth and convenient. I love the power loop feature. BBTS been taking a long time on that power loop though, man. I was like, God, I had something shipped and it took almost a week and a half before they actually sent it out. Mark C said Lucky Butter same only issue this time was that the figure I wanted were wicked expensive on BBTS, like 120-ish each, but they're like 50 to 70 on Hobby Genki. Heart of a Lion. God dang it. Hey, my bad. Let's go back to Heart 82 Heart of a Lion. Oh man. My bad, Heart of a Lion. I totally ruined that. Thank you, Smash Lab Creation, for keeping me on track here. Let's see. Okay, 82 Heart of a Lion is true. Yeah, it to me it softens the blow. If we get all the tiers. So I'm hoping that the first tier is at 9,050. The second tier is at 9,075. No, but I think it'll get backed. This one will get backed. How far to get backed, we don't know. They should actually advertise it on like car websites too. Because I'm pretty sure car lovers out there will buy it just because it's a muscle car and it's a dope little piece you can have on your shelf. Loki says, "Hey, Marcus, you keeping it girthy and wet? I see." Miss Jones says 15,000 to get Mephisto, 20,000 for Black Card. Mark sees internally screaming always. Miss Jones says, when did select beta rate bill go up for pre-order on BBTS? Because I swear I checked every day and I never saw it go up. Then I checked and it's sold out. And I hate Entertainment Earth's expensive. Entertainment Earth's shipping is expensive. Yeah, they were the only place that still had it. You know what? The Diamond Select or Marvel Select Apocalypse, that went up for sale on BBTS at like 5 in the morning, and for some reason I was up that early. And I wasn't even at work that day, but I was up that early. That pre-order sold out in about 2 hours. So if you got up for work at 7 o'clock that morning, you missed it. I don't know if that's what they did with Beta Ray Bill. I get BBTS notifications all the time, but Beta Ray Bill was never, that notification was never sent to me. So yeah, I don't even know when that went up. Miss Jones says, yeah, I ordered Apocalypse. Yeah, he sold out quick though. And then people were like, I guess I'll get the Marvel Legends one. I'm like, you don't have to. Like, it's up to you. Luck Bus says, Mark, yeah, the prices are much better on those import sites for sure, but sometimes it's hard to navigate to find them. Mark says, I haven't ordered from Hobby Link Japan in a while. I like them too. The only thing that, like, some of those Japanese websites are like, oh man, it's so much cheaper, but it's like, oh, it's $28 to ship it to me? I'm like, man, like, at that point, it's like, man, what if it gets lost? Like, I'm out all that money? Nah, I'm all right. So sometimes I'm like, BBTS. Mr. Jones says, yeah, I never saw an email for him, and I'm wondering if he even went up. Same thing happened to some of the He-Man stuff that one day I checked and it was in stock. What if they just put it as a placeholder? Like, they don't even have it yet. They don't know how many they're going to get. They just put it as a placeholder. I can see them doing that. It's a big, bad toy store. Well, not in stock, but ready for pre-order. Type in Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray, Marvel Gallery Beta Ray Bill figure diorama. That's not at all what I'm looking for. Hey, it's back up for pre-order. Mr. Jones. Pre-order sold out. What? Okay, never mind. It's not back up. Like Butter says, DHL shipping is dang fast. Most of the time faster than Amazon. You know what? Yeah, I won Purple Ore. I think I mentioned it before. From a dude up in Germany, and it came within like maybe 6 days, 7 days maybe. I was shocked. I also didn't have a clue what was written on the outside because it was all in German. My wife was like, don't open it. And I was like, it might be a toy. Let me open it. She's like, it might be a bomb. I was like, we're just going to have to take that risk. Mark C says, Lucky Butter, my main concern was shipping. Like, I don't know what's the best option, if it's better for BBTS or not. That's my thing. I kind of just bought my items without thinking, so. Yeah. Chalo, what's going on, man? Says, hey, Sonny, so you never ordered from Ami Ami? Too concerned that it'll get lost. They use transporters from Star Trek. It's pretty much instance you're probably good. I've never used Ami Ami either. Um, I don't think I've ordered from any foreign website yet, except Canada. I forgot what I ordered. I ordered something that came from Canada, and I was like, "Whoa, exotic." Mark Z says, "Don't open it. It might be a toy." In an alternate universe where toys are our biggest concern as explosive collectors. Like Brett says, really, most of my DHL shipments take 2 or 3 days at most from China or Japan. Yeah, no, this one took, well, it took about like 6, 7 days. I thought that was fast because he sent me the tracking, and when I translated through Google, it was said it was gonna be like 14 days. It came half that time. Loki says, I heard from Dan Who's channel a dude received a laptop instead of toys by accident. Hey, maybe I'll do that, and then my live stream will work better. Yeah, DHL from Japan to China is like 2 to 3 days, and I don't know what kind of sorcery they used to pull that off. Like what is it, Marcus? You gotta always pick up D. I'd always pick DHL or FedEx from those import sites. The price is high sometimes, but I trust them. One dude received laundry soap. Oh, that would suck. Kiko Matos. Are you Ms. Gay? No. Um, Not Miss at all. Like but it says, it's black magic, honestly. No, like what is it? Well, I mean, cause I work by our airport here in Austin, and I see those DHL planes flying in all the time. So I know they're doing something. I don't know if they're flying into portals or what, but yeah, I always see them flying. Mark C says, "Lucky buddy, I noticed that when I was putting my order in, but the option was I had was pay later or something like that. I don't know, something wrong." And Mark, hey, I almost said at Marcus E. Marcus E. That's my issue. Like, I don't know if Google's trying to translate it on its own, and I'm getting a miscommunication here, or if it's the website that translated it that way. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I never have a clue what's actually going on. I'm just seeing all these buttons down here. It's doing what they do. Okay. Uh, but yeah, no, I mean, HasLab, like, okay, here's an example. Nobody's been using this as an example. This is also supposedly a 1/12 scale vehicle. Let's go all the way backward. People are like, oh, this thing is 18 inches. I got measuring tape right here. Oh, hey, look, by the way, y'all, if y'all want to make some Halloween photos, Dollar Tree has 4 little pumpkins for $1.25. Come with wire on the back. But yeah, I bought these today, earlier. Get out my trusty measuring tape. This Batmobile measures 16 inches almost. We'll call it 16 inches. But doesn't fit 6-inch figures in here. So there's that too. Malodge 44 said I was gonna mention that. Yeah, this is it's cool, but it doesn't fit 6-inch figures. It barely fits 5-inch figures in here. Dude Toy Store is closed right now because 2 of their employees got COVID. Just saw the Instagram post. Dude Toy Store. Malodge says for 35 it wasn't bad. It wasn't. But even the figures that are intended for it, their heads stick out past the windshield a little. So it's like, was it really intended for those? I don't think so. And then he went and made Batmobile Beast. I'm like, what, dude? You gonna make this bigger? Chalo says, speaking of things that might be a bomb, someone dropped off a bag right at the door at my job last week. I reluctantly threw it away, and then the guy came down looking for their $55 DoorDash order. I mean, you were just taking precaution. Mark C says, Japanese action figure sites do a great job of making me feel panicked and guilty. Chalo says, I said, I have no clue, then went out to the dumpster and grabbed the trash bag right out, dug through it, got the bag, then ran in to enjoy this food. Oh man, he ate trash food, or you ate trash food? One of y'all ate trash food. Marcus E says, "Let me see them pumpkins again." That sounds like sexual harassment, Marcus E. But there's my pumpkins. You just have to make sure you get good ones because they're from Dollar Tree, and so some of them the stems right there kind of popped up, but from different angles they're all right. But yeah, 4 pack. They had white ones too, but I only got the orange. Just for some Halloween stuff, but it does have, like I said, little things right there. So you can time things if you want to time things. They have little wire on them. But yeah, 4 little pumpkins for $1.25. I couldn't beat that. Like Butter says, Marks, you probably due to those import sites besides Ami and Hyperlink ask you to pay the moment you order, which is like HLJ or Ami are popular. Why they're popular? They take payment when the item comes in. So does Hobby Genki. I think that's where I have it. Madlodge44 says, okay, but like she said, size doesn't matter. Can scale up, price wouldn't be significantly different. I would have I would have been okay with this $10 more for a little slightly larger car. But like I said, as I don't have any of the Batman figures around me because I had what did I have? I think I had Krillin in here with Gohan or not Vegeta. But like it's the space is really narrow, so like 6-inch figures won't fit. And when you get a 6-inch figure in there, their head comes past the roof of what the car would be if it was a roof on there. Like I said, the car looks nice. Miles Morales fits in there really well. I put him in there a few times. But like I said, yeah, people haven't used this one as an example, and I understand why, because it doesn't really fit anybody. Let's see. Chandler said, I didn't know it was a good drop off because no one said anything. People do that, man. People at working places, they're like, oh, I'm not going to tell anybody I got food coming. Security's all lost. Shout out to security if you're a good security guy. We have some good security people and we have some bad security people. Like we have some security people, and I'm like, man, I wish I was a criminal. I could totally get away with stuff with that person. Ms. Jones says, Dog fully endorses this new HasLab, so you got to do it too and beef with him later. Melody says, in price. Yeah, no, the price wouldn't be too much different. Like I said, for $10 more, I would have been like, yeah, sure, go ahead, $10 more. So like Miles Morales fits in there. Pretty nice, you know? Kind of like if it was a roof on there, it probably missed his head barely. But yeah, he fits in there. But it's not. It says it's 112, but it's not really 112. Um, like, but it says HLJ is basically BBTS for imports. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, because they got that inbox or something like that. Warehouse feature. I think that's them. Miss Jones says Marcus Yee at this angle, you can see all of his pumpkin glory. You got some nice pumpkins, Sonny. Do not treat me like an object, Marcus Yee. I'm forgetting the Peanuts quote, but it belongs here. What? Chalice says Dollar Tree, $1.50 there too. I mean, they're gonna change it to $1.50 tree. Now it's $1.25 tree right now. Still only $1.25. Now I did hear that someone from Dollar Tree, or an employee, said that when they raised everything to $1.25, they were able to give every employee there a $3 an hour raise. And so I was like, oh, cool. Sure, charge me that 25 cents extra. It goes to help out people that work there. That's a good enough trade off for me. Mark Z. Mark Z, we all hope the best for your transaction. Mad Lodge 44 says, I put the smaller DC figures in mine. From but a 6-inch scale? Because like I said, the 6-inch don't really fit very well in here. Like, I couldn't even put Atticus Doom. Did I try Atticus Doom? Yeah, I don't think I can fit Atticus Doom in here very good. Let's see. Spider Gwen from Marvel Legends, and then the Marvel Legends Miles Morales, they both fit in here as well. Mr. Jones, it's the great pumpkin Charlie Brown. Lucky Butter says, oh, I grabbed those pumpkins too. Lucky Butter, you gotta stop saying you grabbed those pumpkins. That's sexual harassment. You might want to check Target. They have a cool Halloween painted tree that would work great for the background. I saw trees like that last year, and I was like, oh, I'll come back and get those after work. 8 days later, they were gone. I was like, I should have went back after work. Mr. Jones, it's the great pumpkin Charlie Brown. There you go. I wonder if the Mattel Batmobile fits 6-inch figs. Don't own them, but I know it's better. I got the DC Collectibles animated Batmobile, and it definitely has no problem fitting figs in. Same with the Batwing. I have an old Batmobile that I bought from Goodwill for like $2. I took it all apart, but 6-inch figures fit that pretty good too. I'm pretty sure it's Mattel. Mark C says that Batmobile is pretty sick. Might be one of my favorite Batmobile designs. Yeah, this, like I said, this car is really dope. Like when I saw it go for pre-order, I had to make sure I snagged it. Again, a little small, but still pretty good. Look, in fact, I'm gonna go and make a video too. Oh, I bought this for $34. Look, I put my own flame effects. You don't need HasLab. You don't need to be a shield. Oh, look at that. It's got a motor with fire. I'm all like, man, like, why y'all put so much energy into hating a product? Like, y'all need to just chill. Like, use that energy. Go find a girlfriend. Marcus G says, I'm sorry for treating you like an object. It's okay, Marcus G. I get it all the time. It says peanuts, son. Peanuts. Dude, it's my ghetto Texas accent, man. You can't tell. You can't. There's no difference by saying peanuts and peanuts. Like it's gonna sound the same. Get your mind out of glizzy. Oh, you want some chocolate covered peanuts? Chowder says, I thought those were unripened orange tomatoes. And you know, was it over there? I saw fake tomatoes too, and I was like, what's the purpose of fake tomatoes? Mad Logic says the $5 ones from Five Below work good, like 5-inch. The like the 5 points ones, I think they have some I got my kids some Marvel ones like that, but the legs don't bend, or else I would use them. Face down, pumpkin up. Exactly. Sonny sounded like the combination of Dog and Rocco the Garbage. Rocco's gonna be like, "Oh guys, hey, yeah, I found a HasLab. I was walking around my Target and I found a HasLab right there under the shelf, right there in the by the sheets." You're like, "No, it's not gonna happen, dude." Articulated Sanja. Why you call me Sonya, man? Sound a little like Sonya. Lucky Butter says, "Where'd you get that flame effect?" This came with, forget her name, Tyrus Flare. Tyrus Flare, the Storm Collectibles. It's for the dragon. It's actually pretty solid. I mean, it's not solid. It's hollow, but it's a pretty solid piece. Like, I'm gonna use it for Scorpion instead, because I didn't get that Storm Collectible Scorpion. Mark Z says, "Oh man, Sonny, I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's the real PB and J right there." Uh, behind the sheets, we're still deep in the after hours. Miss Jones says, I'm not sure who Rocco is, but I think I may have seen some of his videos before not knowing who he was. Let me check. Yeah, he's a weird dude. But it is 12:35. I just realized what time it was. I was still thinking we're gonna go 3 full hours, even though technically, like I have 2 other live streams probably still going right now. But yeah, I gotta get to bed. So I get up tomorrow and make sure Jones, all this guy. So I can make sure that all my peoples understand the new software that we got rolling out. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll try to pop on probably Wednesday. I'm off on Wednesday, so I'll probably pop on Wednesday sometime during the late morning, lunchtime era, and hopefully my Streamlabs works properly. It is what it is. But shout out to Lucky Butter, Marcus G, Mr. Jones, Savage Saint, Mad Logic 44. Hey, by the way, Mad Logic 44, thank you again for showing up at Cap City last week. Not last week. Was it last week? Yeah, last week. Really appreciate that, man. Wish I could have chatted with you afterwards. It's all good though. I will be performing again this Wednesday night in the finals for the funniest person in Austin. So we'll see how that goes. Who else was up here? Loki, Jens, Nard was here, new person there. Nard was here. Some random person called me Miss Gay was here. So shout out to all those people as well. Clockwork Orgy was here, showed up. Jay Spigs watching She-Hulk, I think right now or something. Let's see. Gonna miss the Girth Gang. Yes, Girth Gang in the house. Let's see. As always, have a great week night, y'all. I started checking under the shelves because of him, but I haven't watched anything. Yeah, dude, there's nothing on the shelves. I keep looking. Logan says good night. Yen says good stream, good night. Take care, everyone. Have a good week, good show, and congrats for being a finalist. Hey, thanks. Mr. Jones says congrats. Thank you. Good luck with the contest this week. Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good week, everyone. Good luck, Sonny. All right. Yeah, I appreciate all y'all, as always, tuning in. Thanks for sticking around through every stream that we went through tonight. It was a weird digital adventure that we all went through, but I do appreciate y'all. I'm going to try to get some more reviews up this week. Probably most likely on Wednesday because I'm off that day. But 4 deal. There you go. 4 times the charm. But again, I appreciate all of y'all, and y'all have a great night. And now I'll try to figure out how to end this live stream because I don't know how to do it from the cell phone. So maybe that button right there.